power to just like, oh, like I'm not a dopamine fiend, and I can go on for 5 minutes and like DM friends and reply to their stories and connect, and I can hop off. But like you can't, like you think you can, but I feel like it's a fine balance between like abstinence and like having using technology to like what I do is like I mute like a lot of the people that I don't actually interact with, but you just kind of follow just because you like know each other or whatever. Like I'm trying to use these settings to like make it less addictive, but I'm slowly coming to like accept the fact that like I'm not beyond. Like I don't have magic willpower to just like to stop the shit. Like if I want to not be addicted, I just have to like sometimes just abstain versus like dip your toes in it and hoping you won't like get hooked kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what do you think is like overall going to be our strategy moving into the world and trying to deal with technology, and get better at dealing with, because it's only going to get worse, man. Like this dopamine casino that you talk about, it's only going to become, the prizes are all
Yeah,
just going to
dude.
get higher, and it's going to become even more addicting, and their AI and new age UX researchers are just going to make it, they're just going to go even deeper into neuroscience and figure out even more hardcore ways to get you on board. Like I have no doubt that we have, I mean, we have the most talented minds working on this, like
Yeah,
basically at Facebook and Instagram,
dude. I
like
feel like
we're
I made this
fucked.
I made
We're
this
fucked.
comparison today when I was in like this meeting. It's for I'm just helping like a friend of mine. She's doing this like startup with like chocolate snacks and whatever. I just help one of her team members with like marketing and stuff. So I just sit in on sometimes the meetings, but we were just talking about. She's like, yeah, like we should do TikTok. I'm like, yeah, like we definitely should do TikTok. I'm like, I'm always on TikTok. It's so addicting. I'm like, TikTok is like cocaine versus like Instagram is like
Instagram.
nicotine. It
Yeah.
does not compare.
Yeah,
TikTok is another level of
oh
fucking
man,
addiction.
Chinese AI is,
It's like you
God.
just ooh, just swipe and then
You're
like
just making me think about it right now. It just makes me want to swipe, bro. Like
didn't
I'm
like
yeah.
the best part is like you have these sounds and the sound is a punchline, right? It sets up the expectation. You're expecting something. Like the
Mhm.
sound, one of those sounds, I don't know, something happens at like the 15th second. You're gonna watch till the 15th second because you want to know the punchline,
Mhm.
right? Like shit is just fucking genius, man. But it's so hard. Like I haven't uninstalled it yet, but I'm very close. Um,
Sure.
but yeah,
I'd like to
but
propose a solution for us as competitive professionals, working professionals. The same way that, okay, so there's several ways this could play out. It's either we just continue to get addicted and wither off and die, we wait till there's government regulation, or we go the private route and like hire out. So there's three ways, right? Um, and I guess to give more light to it, like remember when, not remember when, but basically when food manufacturers started pumping a lot of fat and sugars into foods, and people started getting really, really obese.
hmm,
It took a while until like the government came in and put labels on, and regulated and said like,
so
okay,
so yo,
nutrition
we're
labels.
like mentally obese.
We
Like,
are, bro. I'm mentally like I'm
dude, that
mentally like a 400-pound man who's about to like pass out, bro. I'm connected to like four different social medias right now on different tabs as we speak. Like, it's
uh,
just stupid. It's just ridiculous, man.
dude, I feel you, man. Fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, what are the solutions? I would love to hear it. What
So
are the proposed?
the first one is we either just wait for government to regulate, which is going to be like lame.
Yeah.
Um, The second one was we either become mentally abused, which most of us are. Like most of my friends and myself, we talk about getting a better relationship to the internet. The best I've seen in my friend group is someone like doing a 2-week detox that they talk about a lot, and then like just getting back in like being 4 times more addicted. You know?
Dude, that's actually me. I actually did a 2 week detox with my girlfriend. We did it together,
Nice.
and it
Oh,
was absolutely amazing. And then yeah, you just get right back into it. Like you think you're like you get cocky the moment you do detox. You're like, yeah, dude, I'm over this shit. Yeah, like this is beyond. I'm so beyond this. Yeah, like life is just yeah, this is so nice. Before you know, bam, you're back. You
oh,
bam, you're
bro,
back in. It's 2 weeks, nothing. It's a 2 weeks.
bro.
Maybe like if I detox for like maybe like maybe you have to like detox for like 3 months or some shit, like 100 days. Maybe then you like get over it. But 2 weeks, yeah, you're
Right.
just kidding yourself. That
And
that
it,
was me.
it's not even that like that. Like you're already like on the top 1% of people who knows about the problem is actually doing something about it. But it still ends up being like it's like that girl who knows she's an athlete, so she's not supposed to eat, but then because of that she binge eats when she anytime she can. It's still wired in, right?
I
And so
can't relate. Not an athlete, but
the
yeah.
last solution, you ready for it? You ready for it?
What is
The
it?
last solution is that we create communities around it, and we hire coaches. So, for example, like we hire like an information diet coach, and like me and like 10 of my friends, we subscribe to a program where it's like someone like coaches us the same way that fitness you would go through a fitness program,
Mm,
the same way you would go through like a fitness program, and someone would just tell you what to do, and you're like, okay, well, sure, I guess I'll follow it, and you're part of the community that does that. So I think there's two things that are important. There's a community part of it that like makes it better. So when you don't want to work out alone, but you sign up for a gym, it's like, okay, sure, I'm paying for a gym, so I should go to the gym, right? So that makes it easier. And I think like paying for it is really going to make us more serious about it. So like when I get a job, that's going to be one of my first investments. Is like on top of like paying for therapy, I'm going to pay for like an information diet coach. Like
dude, I've never thought about that. That's really cool.
like
Um, I'd be down.
bro,
I
that
mean,
job needs to exist like ASAP. I feel like,
maybe. Dude, I was trying to think. I'm like, what was I thinking? I was like,
bro, I
you
feel like
know,
yeah.
yeah,
Go
go ahead.
ahead. I
No, no,
feel
no.
like this would be a thing because there's so many people who care about this.
Yeah. Okay, what I was thinking about is like more of a product version of this where it's literally a thing that like you install on your computer and like you install on your phone and like you have to pay for this every month,
Mhm.
but you can just like once you lock it, like once you say no Facebook for the next 30 days, no matter what the fuck you do, like your phone and your computer will just not go on Facebook. Like I was thinking of more the hardcore like
Mhm.
you pay to for us to permanently lock you out and then um yeah, it's just like because then you take away you put your hands away
You
and then
just
like
can't.
it's easy, right? Like
Yeah,
there's no jacking off if you can't use your hands. Like
true, true.
there's
It's
no
like putting the chips away, like throwing the chips away, or
yeah,
like
and then like
putting.
eventually like long enough. Oh, I have an idea. I have an idea. Okay, so you know like these fitness or these like online classes where like you pay $40 and then every time you go to the gym you get $1 back or some shit like that. It's like
Interesting.
you pay
Huh.
like so my friend like she's paying for these French lessons. She's a coworker of mine. I don't know how much it is, but like if you like did like a lesson every fucking day, the lessons would be free. Like so let's say you paid like I don't know 20 bucks per lesson and you're paying for like let's just say 5 lessons for the sake of easy math.
Mhm.
$20 a lesson, five
Mhm.
lessons, $100. If you go to all five, you literally get all your money back,
Huh.
right? But if you go to like three, you only get $60 back and you pay $40. But obviously, like the frequency is more like you design it in a way that like you probably
Huh.
still make money. So like it's this with social media where like you would you would have Matt how would you monetize this without fucking people over? That's a tough one, right? Like that's a more ethical issue. Like, because your company needs to make money, but in order to make money, you probably need people to like.
Not go to the classes. I'm sure you could
Oh,
sell.
you
I'm
need,
sure. I'm sure. Like in any form on the market, this would make money. You know,
so
like because I think the demand for something like this is just so like
yeah,
ridiculously huge.
yeah. So I guess it's like, okay, let's say you pay $100 per month, and then like for every day you get off social media, you get paid back $3. Um, and then like by the end of the month, if you don't like if you stay off social media, you get like your $100 back. Like, even better, fuck it, like make it like I don't know, pay $100 a month, and if you stay off social media, you make like 10%. We give you $110.
Damn,
You go
James's
every
like
day.
product machine is going off right now. It's like
You like get $10 back. You get $10 back, and like you just have to hope that like people. But the moment you go on it, you lose all your money. Like because you gotta make money somehow. You have
yo,
to
and
make.
it becomes this like this intense like Wall Street bets betting as platform where people put like all of their life savings on it, like something like 20K. Like if I touch social media for the next month, I lose all my money or some
Like
shit.
you
You
can
know, this
wager
goes.
your. Oh, dude, you can do custom wagers, right? It's like
Yeah.
if $100 means nothing to you because you're rich.
Mhm.
No, just wager 10K. Dude, honestly, and then you get like a link where you can like share it publicly on social media
Yeah.
one last time before you sign off or whatever,
Mhm.
right? I'm gonna write this idea down. I'm gonna forget
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, and you get a bunch of like internet celebrities on, all
Yeah,
of
I, I,
your
I think I think there's definitely gonna be a movement for this kind of stuff for sure because it's
for
like
sure, for sure.
yeah it's gonna be like like fitness
Hmm.
which is skyrocketed. It's gonna be like this is like mental fitness,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. This is in the same would be in the same market space as people who pay for like Headspace or Headspace. People who pay for Headspace because it's going to improve their performance at work or whatnot. Growth oriented, performance oriented people. Yeah,
I'm just gonna write this down.
there's something there, man.
If you
How was it though? Like, any tips? I haven't done that. Something like that. Detox,
um
social media detox.
honestly it obviously is like I think you need like okay, like I feel like for me every time I've made like significant changes in my life, um like I'm starting to identify a pattern I go through where it's like very like wave like it's like I'll be like really fucking productive for a week or two.
Hmm.
And I remember the thing I told you about like how like productivity and like self improvement shit is hard because you always relapse. I feel like I always ride this high and then like you're like, oh yeah, I've done it well enough, and then like you kind of start slacking and staying up late and like gaming, and then like you fall into like slump for like a week or 2 weeks, and then you're like, oh, I'm a fuck up, like get your shit together, boom, like goes to the productivity tree.
True, true,
And it's
true.
like that. But I think what helped with the social media cleanse was like the slump was like very big prior. So then like afterwards, I'm like, oh, you gotta
Yo,
get your shit
fuck
together.
this! I want to go on a
Yeah,
detox. That's crazy.
yeah,
Yeah,
and also like Sally was holding me accountable to this, so it was easier when
man.
when
I
you.
I wish I had like a competitive, like serious relationship. Like in a girlfriend like that. Like that's it's crazy that she challenged you to do, or like she got you involved to do something
we,
like
we
that.
go through phases. Like I think I brought that out of
Bro,
her. Like she's
the
a
girls
very
I've been dating for the past
easygoing.
3 years, bro. Like, oh
But
man,
dude, if you're ever in the mood, I'd love to hear about it because I like read your like 2020 review
oh
or
man.
whatever, and then like I mean I forgot her name, but she is mentioned so many times, and I just have to know some of the stories.
Oh, yeah. We'll talk about that sometime, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready. But
Hmm. She's She's caused me a lot of sleepless nights for sure. A
Yeah,
lot of
man. I
sleepless
mean,
nights.
that's what I feel like. That's the
I
kind
mean, it
of
depends on which one, man. Like it's if you're talking about Naomi, then that's her.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
oh
yeah.
my god,
It's like if you take a shot for every time like
bro.
you've I've like read the name Naomi somewhere, either your social media or whatever, I would be going to the hospital right now. Like the
That's a funny analogy.
number one mentioned name, dude.
Hmm. Yeah, man. She, bro. Man.
Yeah, I don't know anything, but just from the way that
Yeah, reacting.
just from the way that you like talk, I can definitely okay, can I tell you like what my guess is?
Sure, go for it, man. You'd be closer than what where I was.
What do you mean? Okay,
Just go
she
for it.
smokes cigarettes. I feel like, um
Okay, very good guess. Very, very good guess. I can see where that's coming from.
she's I feel like she's in Europe,
Also, very, very good, like really good guess.
but
You know what?
not.
I'll give you the points. You know, I'll give you the points.
All right,
I think
cool.
yeah, she's a girl that lives in Europe that smokes cigarettes, and she's like has tattoos. You know, she's a bartender. And
She's a
she's
bartender.
she's tough and you know like I only had mom growing up and has a lot of like stories of her time in the army and whatnot.
She's went to the army. Holy
No,
mother.
I'm just making this shit up.
Oh, you're
This is
trolling me?
just
Oh man.
I'm not trolling, but this is just like a character to fit like the image I think you're
Oh,
thinking
okay,
about.
okay,
Yeah. No, she wasn't as interesting. Not close.
okay. All
Yeah.
right. uh,
Surprisingly, the types of girls that I've met that were like so much easier than Naomi. Like the types of girls that I met that yeah that fit that archetype of what I just described. Like I'd have no problem talking to them and being with them, um, but I had a problem being with Naomi. Yeah, some people they just really like some girls they just push all of your buttons in like the right and wrong way to just go crazy, man. It just
yeah. It's
it's
the
just not good. I mean, it's good until it's not good. It's really good until it's not good.
yeah. I think that I feel like that is the type of love that you yearn
Mm-hmm.
and you ask for that kind of love and then you get it and you're like, like
Right,
this is the
right,
shit you see
exactly.
in the movies, but like it's kind of tough when
Yeah, it's kind of tough to deal with it, right?
the highs are just
So
unbearable.
hot,
Like you probably like
so.
nothing in this world, like nothing matters. But then like the lows are like dog shit brutal, I guess. Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
but hey, I feel like you gotta go through love like that at some point, and I don't
Yeah.
know, just and you know what too? Like I feel like sometimes I think about stuff like I feel like everyone is kind of plagued by problems, and any problem can be a huge problem. Like it really just depends on. Sorry, no. What I mean is like, okay, you can have like a million things going for you in life, but like if you just have one big problem, you're just fucking
Absorbed.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like I don't know, examples like I don't know, you can be like fucking successful, but like you just can't find love.
Mm.
Like you can have everything. You can be self-disciplined. You can do social media detox for a year. You can like meditate 12 hours a day. You can't find a fucking girlfriend. Like your
Mm-hmm.
life is like I wouldn't say in shambles. Like
Mm-hmm.
no offense to single people that are forever single out there. Like but obviously it's a biological thing to like propagate and survive. It's so fundamental. Like
Mm-hmm.
right, you have one big problem, like fuck, right? And then some people don't have trouble finding a girlfriend, but like they just like can't get their shit together, or like they just
Mm-hmm.
like have like they're alcoholics, or like I don't know, but like you just need one problem to fuck up your whole life.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, but yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like the finding a girlfriend thing is like because of the way that like dominance hierarchies that drove
Dominance hierarchies.
lobster. Shit.
There's so much memes recently about the
Yeah.
stuff. Anyway, man, can I run to the washroom real quick? I just realized I finished a whole
Yeah.
fucking thermos of water. 1 second. Yo.
I realized like the moment you left, it's like reach for my phone. Like the millisecond you left, just reach for it.
True.
And like, oh man, I'm starting to do these things today that's so like bad. It's not that bad, but like I'm like, oh, I shouldn't go on TikTok or Instagram, so let me go on LinkedIn.
There's something there.
Like,
There's something there.
But you know what? Like it works because it's so fucking boring. You just like go on and click off. It's like there's nothing. It's like I hate how LinkedIn recommends shit that people like onto their feed because most of the shit people like are just bad. Which are not relevant, which is good. Like it's not as addictive, to be honest. Like LinkedIn.
Yeah, that's cool. Quentin's trying to change that, right?
Yeah,
Our boy's trying to change the way LinkedIn is experienced. Put on some good content.
Dude, Quentin is, man. I don't know why. I just always felt like, even though like my year and you and Quentin's year are only 1 year apart, it feels like 3 to 4 years apart for some reason. It's just like I don't know why. I just feel like that 1 year, like just man, you guys.
Yeah,
just,
I
like,
wish you were 3 years younger than me, man. I'm like, every time I look at you, I'm like, bro, this guy's a fucking growth manager at Turo now. What the fuck am I doing, man?
I'm not
This
a
guy's
manager. I'm an associate.
fucking hell. Like, still, man. Like, what the hell? Like, dude.
No,
What the
but
fuck am I doing? None of the people in my year. I mean, I guess Quentin, yeah, but like he's a special one. It's actually a small crowd, a really small crowd, right? Like,
I guess yeah. I guess
Yeah,
it's just like
generally speaking.
you only look at the successful people and you're like, oh fuck, like you're right. That is very true. But I guess just like specifically you two, I'm like, damn. I feel like you lived like 5 lifetime worth of experiences, like, and you're like a year older than me, and Quentin's just like, I don't know. I feel like Quentin's just fucking like always scheming, and he's just always,
yeah.
and he's just and he can
Yeah.
like, and he just like straight up has like shit ton of raw IQ.
Yeah. When I think of Quentin, I'm just like, I'd rather be on his good side. I'm like, I want to be on his team. That's it. At the end of the day, I think that the winners are going to be the people on his side. So I'm like
shit ton of raw IQ, a lot of courage, and I feel like I mean, I don't know, like, me and Quentin's been like pretty close for the past year, but I feel like we haven't like gone that deep, I guess, to talk about like the deeper stuff. So I don't know too much about like his circumstance or whatever, but I feel like he's very driven by his family circumstances. It seems like um, he like sent out this like email 2020 like year in review or whatever, and he talked about how like one of his lowest. Oh man, this is something really cool. Not
Mm.
really cool, but like whatever. He sent out like this email, 2020
That's
wrap.
really, that is really cool. I'm liking this a
That
lot.
he
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like he talks about like highest points, lowest points, what he learned, blah blah blah, all these things, all these self reflection, and he's kind of like announcing his journey to like move to like Brooklyn and like trying to why he quit his jobs, why he wants to start something new, and he's like just starting off his like kicking off his like writing publicly kind of thing with like a email, and he wrote his highest point was starting a growth agency and hiring an employee from a Fortune 500 company and getting him a job at Turo. And I was like, oh, thanks.
Wow.
I guess like for me on my side, I was always like so indebted to him
Uh-huh.
that you never think about his perspective as like, I don't know, Quentin probably felt nice, like helping
Uh-huh.
me out and like, just seeing that like his teachings like yielded like bear fruit and like I was like so happy and like he changed my life and all that shit, right? So like
Mhm.
I guess like I was always just kind of like maybe it's like the Asian culture. You're like so humbled and like you're just like, oh, I'm so grateful. Like you don't really think about how they're feeling. So I was glad that like that was that was his highlight of the year, and then he put his like low point of the year, which is really surprising. It's, like it was like his dad quitting his job, and while he was getting sued, while being while he's being sued with no savings, and I'm like, shit, that sounds
Mm.
really rough.
Shit.
Um, but yeah, I guess like I'm just from that. I'm just assuming that like I feel like part of Quentin's like drive is like I guess circumstantial. Um, and yeah, it's just pretty admirable.
Yeah. I'm gonna reach out to that guy. And, I was making plans to catch up with him sometime, so I should
Yeah,
now
I
that
think
back
he's
here.
back in Toronto right now. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. I'm gonna hit him up then. Definitely. Maybe we can all go, for a jog or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, great guy who I've always wanted more, I guess, opportunity to connect with, work with. So I think like it's just what I take away from all of this is just alone we go fast, together we go far, man. That's just what it is, Like that's just what it is. So I think that's the only way we'll be able to beat, you know, kids with trust funds that are suing his dad.
True, dude. I
But
just
that's
think.
what it is, right? Like that's just probably some. I was talking with my mom about this too. Like my mom, and go ahead, like finish that thought because I'm gonna go ramble again.
Oh no, I was just thinking like I feel like we like our family uprooted and came here, and when we grew up, like I don't know, like my parents would read like these Chinese forums about I don't know, you share information about like, oh, like this is the best class to take, this is the best university. But they didn't know shit. Like they didn't know anything. They were too busy like just trying to, you know, make things like be okay, right? So their focus wasn't on like uh I guess like making sure we had the best childhood, but it was more like min-maxing like success probably,
Yeah, yeah,
right? Like
exactly.
understandably, I guess.
Understandably, yeah.
And then the other thing too is like when we graduated, we kind of just like be had to be very self-reliant. I'm thinking I have a niece and nephew. They're like 7 and 8. They're about to turn 8 and 9. But I'm like, yo, the amount of help that I can give them
Hmm.
if they choose to go into, screw it. They don't have to be business. If they go into healthcare, I'm sure I'm gonna know somebody
Hmm.
that's in healthcare, or like
Hmm.
I can
Hmm.
like figure out and know somebody or whatever. Like I can help them so much, even at my age now. I think at 24, if
Hmm.
they were like graduating from university, I can offer tremendous help. Or
Hmm.
even as they're picking universities, I can tell them pointers. I'm like, go for co-op, okay? Don't be
Hmm.
dumb, just get co-op, right? Like that's just the one advice you need. But like, I feel like
Yeah.
we had nobody
Hmm.
growing up, and like even one generation, just one generation later, I feel like my niece and nephews are just in such a tremendously better spot than we were, and
Hmm.
and I don't know what's the point of this, but
Yeah.
it's just
But
like
the
just
thing
one
is,
generation later, I
they
just feel like
need to. True, I agree. It is. Yeah, it's life's much better, but they gotta ask for your help. That's the thing. Like, it's not gonna change unless they ask. Like, and
I'm gonna offer it. They don't need to ask. I'm like, yo, listen to me.
you're gonna pick their universities for them at this point. You
No,
don't need
but
to ask.
dude, I really want to like be that because I never had an uncle growing up. Like I never had like cousins or any of that
Mm,
because they're all in China. But I don't know what that's like. But I don't know. I just want to be like I always try to like play with them and like try to talk to them about like whatever kid stuff they're interested in. Right now they're obsessed with Roblox. So like I try to make Roblox kind of just like play whatever stupid game they're playing. It's not
mm,
stupid. It's whatever.
mm.
But like I don't know. I feel like I hope I can like be that cool uncle that they like actually talk about stuff with when
Mm,
they're like in their teenage years. That's the dream.
mm.
But yeah. So if I'm that cool uncle, maybe like they'll actually ask me for help. But we'll see how that turns out.
It's just
That
work on the robots and Roblox or Roblox. Robots. Roblox.
Roblox.
Just work on the robots for now. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just trying to.
hopefully.
It's like, whoa, you got that like ultra rare unicorn pet? How can I get? like, they're like, do you want me to trade you my pet? Like, I'm like, yeah. like, it's just,
Oh man.
dude, it's crazy. But, but yeah, just relating to like the trust fund and whatever. I'm just like think about it. They have generations, and like they've have businesses here and
Hmm.
all that,
They have
and then like
straight up like laws
yeah,
written after the way
yeah.
that their
So it's like
businesses
that
operate. Like this is
versus
just
like so just comparing like
yeah.
even my niece and nephew just one generation later, I could I could definitely objectively say they have it way better than we did,
Mm,
you know, because they have these like uncles and aunties that's made it here that can look out for them.
hmm.
And then now look at I don't know, imagine when their kids grow up. Like it's just gonna be crazy and then so yeah. It's
Yeah, it's gonna be much better for them, and I hope they they listen to Uncle James's wisdom and pieces of advice. You know, inside and
yeah.
outside of Roblox. Um, that's gonna be good. Yeah, I guess it does bring some comfort to realize. Yeah, I guess like it's gonna get better for us, like immigrant kids. Like the generations that come afterwards, it's gonna get better. How can we kind of embrace that thinking ourselves? Like, are we asking enough of our like older mentors? Like, for example, I know I'm really completely trash on that front. Like there's just a ton of people in their 30s, 40s, 50s that I have access to that I just don't bother to reach out and listen to. Like even for shoe like um, protege. Remember that program?
Mhm, mhm.
Like I had the person I was matched up to, Jeremy. I don't know if you heard of his name, but he's a cool guy. Like he's, I just don't. I'm not like that's something I need to do more. Like my life would dramatically improve if I took time aside to like get help. Um, yeah, from and listen to. Uh, yeah,
Do you find that? Do you also find it? What's it called? Like, I guess difficult to. This is one of the barriers that I have. Um, that I feel like I think it's a cultural thing, or it's like a whatever. However I grew up, but like,
Oh fuck,
I,
it's 12:40. Jeez. Hey, go on. Sorry, my bad. Go ahead.
but like, I feel like when I talk to people that are more senior than um, people that I'm asking help from, like at first, like it's not like we're homies and then I'm asking for help. That's different. But it's like
Yeah.
the relationship starts off with me asking for help or asking for guidance or whatever,
Hmm.
and then there's just like I just and then there's just like then respect comes into play, and then it's just like so hard to like be like yourself and to just like I don't know to like become friends after. I guess you're not meant to be friends sometimes with a mentor or like with someone senior, but I think sometimes you also are. But I don't know. I feel like for me, I have like this like mental like block that like it's kind of like it's you know what it's kind of like when you were younger and you didn't know how to flirt. So like if you when you talk to your crush, you literally become like you just don't know how to have a
Uh-huh.
personality anymore. It's kind of
Uh-huh.
like that,
Uh-huh.
except with like mentors or whatever. Like I have this issue.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I was curious if you relate or like similar. I don't know. Just curious.
Yeah, no, completely relate and agree. It's just hard to like connect with them because it's like a chicken and egg thing. It's like if you don't want something from them, then why are you talking to them? But like
Yeah,
to
it's a good
be friends
dynamic.
with them, you need to want something from them. It's like I don't know if I talk to Jeremy just for shits and giggles. I talk to you. I talk to my friend saying you. I talk to my boy Sonny from my neighborhood. Like I don't know if I go
Yeah,
out to spend my free time doing that.
yeah,
Um, but I would be open to shooting the shit and finding something fun together, like in those conversations with him. Like I'm sure there are things that we could do together, Jeremy and I could do together that I can't do in many of my other relationships. Like this is a stupid thing, but I'm sure he plays golf or something. Like how people,
dude.
tell me what you think about golf, man. Like I'm like just half of me is trying not to swallow my own barf when I think about the idea of playing golf, and the other half of me is like it
Is this the
it might
secret to getting
actually be fun, huh? Right? It is.
the secret to getting? Oh yeah,
It
dude. I
is.
took like a golf lessons for a whole year back in grade 12, like the graduating. Like I graduated grade 12, and then my mom's like, "Yo, do golf lessons," and I'm like, "I," and I actually really liked practicing and getting better because it's like you just everyone enjoys getting better at something,
Mm-hmm.
but like okay, maybe because I'm just like not athletic and like I don't have I'm not handy. I don't have like good like hand-eye coordination. Like I'm bad at like FPS. I'm bad at like fighter games. Like I just know these things about me. So anyways, golf is I mean, I think I was good at like learning and
Mm-hmm.
like like whatever. And then but when it comes to because so much is muscle memory,
Mm-hmm.
if you just lose that feel, your stroke can go to shit like the next day, and it takes like 2 weeks of like diligent practice and like really thoughtful practice to get it back, and then you can just like magically lose it again. It's fucking bullshit. Like I was getting like so angry like practicing golf at one point because I was like, fuck this shit. Like it makes no sense. Like you like progress and you'll boom your shit again. It's like boom your shit. It's like I got so
True.
frustrated that
True back.
after 1 year, like I quit. I was like, fuck this shit. Like I just can't um do it. But I do think that it's probably like one of the best ways to like network and to like
Yeah, that's the thing.
just
At least you had a history with it. You could be like, oh yeah, I used to do it when I was in grade 12. Like, my mom got me into it. Bro, if you ever see Mark Nguyen on a golf course, my reason is to network. Period.
yeah.
I am there for networking. Period. Like I don't know. I might enjoy it. I don't know. It might be one of those like But I don't know if I feel like if I was rich and powerful, I would pick a more fucking interesting sport. Why golf? Man, this is why I love Russians. Okay, my my buddy Dan told me that when he was working at Bain in Moscow in Russia, right?
Uh,
His his partner would literally in the middle of the office, okay? There was like a long hallway that they made just for him. He would literally pull out a fucking bow, like a loaded bow, and shoot across the office, like just like an actual arrow flying across the office and hitting target. He would do that like in between meetings. It was like his way of like getting hype or something. I'm like, okay, that's fine too, right? And like he would have like literally like samurai swords in his office that he would just like swing around like. And I'm like, dude, okay, yes, that I'm for.
yeah.
But golf, why, why?
I
Rich
feel like
people pick something else more interesting. I'd be so
so
down. I'd be so down.
here's my understanding, right? It's like, okay, I can get like, because I was thinking at one point, I was like, okay, yo, I gotta network, I gotta get rich. So like, what sport? It's like tennis. It's like, okay, sure, tennis, but it's like, first of all, it's really fucking hard too. I'd rather
It's
just,
actually hard, yeah.
if I can get good at tennis, I can probably get good at golf at that point. And then it's like,
Yeah.
you're not fucking talking when you're playing. You're fucking grunting. So,
Not really.
right? I feel
And you
like
can only network if you win, basically.
yeah, but I feel like sports that like are good for networking is like just a lot of, oh yeah, so I was
Off time, a lot of like quiet time.
yeah, and then it's just the pure amount of time spent together, you'll just naturally like find shit to talk about. That's why I feel like sports, people who are into like cars, like there's always these car meets, so they just like chill in parking lots for a while. Like that's great for networking, I guess. Um, yeah, like I feel like cars, golf, these are like really solid
True.
ones. Both need a lot of time because you gotta like know your cars and all that shit. Like I'm not into cars. I don't think I'm gonna get into it, but maybe golf. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
True.
Um, yeah.
It's safe to say though that if we're ever gonna do these sports for networking, we're not gonna network for like I don't know like jobs that we could literally in-mail recruiters on LinkedIn for, right? They have to be like some next ass like crazy rich Asians type Macau shit. Like
Yeah. Like
like it
I
has to
think
be
like for
those type of
that, like
people.
you'd have to like, like get a membership at like the best country club, and you're gonna have to like
Jeez,
break an arm and a
jeez.
leg for that membership, and you have to like go every fucking weekend, and like you'd be like, oh, like you want, oh, you're missing one, oh, you want whatever jargon, I don't know. You want to go for ET? You want to, I don't know.
This is jokes.
Yeah,
Oh man.
you probably got to do that.
Uh,
Funny thing, my sister, so my sister is a real estate agent,
mhm.
and she did golf, and like she had like also the intention of like meeting clients or like potentially meeting a boyfriend. She was like single at the time. She's like, yo, let me meet some like cute rich dudes. Like, it doesn't hurt.
Mhm.
Um, she didn't end up meeting her fiance there, but that's fine, whatever.
Oh,
But
she did. So it did.
she
So
didn't. She didn't. She
she
didn't.
didn't. Okay.
But she did meet like some like friends that eventually became her clients, and they're still friends now. So
Huh.
it was helpful in that sense. And then also I feel like it's also one of those things where like I don't know, like if I go on a if I'm single and I go on a date, you just want like the person that you're meeting, like you just want them to like have shit that they like to do,
Mm.
right? Like what do you do on the weekends? It's like, oh, I golf. It's like, ooh, like I don't know. Like I mean, okay, not ooh, but like it's better than nothing. It's better
Yeah.
than like
True.
staying in and like watching Netflix. Like so, I
Mm.
think it just adds like some depth
Flair.
to. Yeah, it's
Interesting.
just flair, I guess. But yeah, I don't know.
True.
Golf.
No, no, I'm not trying to. Um, like golf is something that yeah. If you ever see me on the fields, there's only one reason I'd be there. Only one reason. But yo, like on that note, I'd be so down to like just explore the conversation of what types of activities can we get up to meet like ultra rich people.
Like ultra rich people,
Like what do they
uh,
even do? Like what do
like
ultra rich people think
drugs,
do?
casino.
Whoa.
Um, Probably some illegal shit.
So what would we like in theory? In theory, hypothetically, if you wanted to meet the richest set of families or people in Toronto,
In Toronto.
if you have 24 hours, what do you do?
Wow. Dang.
Full on case study.
This is like the consulting like market sizing. Yeah, how many fucking light bulbs are there in fucking Canada? Yeah, so assuming, yeah, so we know the population.
But what would we do though? Something like that, yeah. But not like you don't have to think like that. I don't know. I would,
Bridal Path. They probably live at Bridal Path.
yeah. We'll just go door to
Uh,
door.
you
I
go
don't.
door to door and be like, oh, like we're here for like rodent,
Second,
like oh, like no, that's probably a shit.
little did they know that we were the rodents. Yeah.
Wait, here's a question. Would they make it to the sunshine list? Like, does the sunshine list include but the sunshine list is people who make a salary, right? Like the really rich people don't even have a fucking salary. It's
Yeah.
just they own shit. So it's like that's not even where you would look. But I guess by 24 hours, you just do as much research on like one person, and then like you try to be as relevant as possible to them. Like I wouldn't like spread my net. I would just find the richest person I could find in Toronto and like stalk the fuck out of them and
Yeah.
be like, I
Damn.
don't know, what's their favorite shit, and just like show up with it and be like, I'm just somebody that I just want to learn
Everything
from.
that you need.
I just want to learn from
everything.
you. Just give me like a time of your day. That's all I ask for. Like I just want to meet you and hear about your stories. And then like you get them some like sick stuff that like nobody would know that. Oh, dude, do you watch like the guy Hot Ones? The YouTube series Hot Ones? It's this guy like Sean Evans.
Mhm.
He's like white bald dude that like interviews celebrities while eating like really high spicy wings. Um anyway, so like this guy,
I love
yeah,
it.
so they're like dying at the end, right? But this what's really unique about this guy is his interview questions are hands down the the best research interview questions ever.
Wow.
Like some of the guests are just like, "How the fuck do you know that, bro?" It's like, yeah, like so how do you? We're just like, "Oh,
Wow.
good question."
I
Like,
love that. Yeah.
yeah, check out. I mean, he's interviewed like some of the most famous people. Like I'm sure you're gonna find plenty of people you love,
Mhm.
and his questions are so fucking thoughtful and so deep.
Damn.
They're so fucking
I'm
amazing.
very interested in that. Yeah.
Yeah, and the content is really funny. And dude, he's such a genuine dude. Like he's such a genuine, like you can tell he's just genuinely interested in you. Like no fakeness. And I love how I'm getting off topic, but like, um, I feel like when people, I was thinking about starting a podcast at some point and like interviewing guests, and I realized like I do this thing where like I ask people questions and then after they say something, I feel the need to like say something back. I'm like, oh yeah, that's so interesting, or blah 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 blah. But I feel like good interviewers just don't say shit. Like you ask a question, they answer, and then you go on to the next question. And like I don't know if that's good or bad, but the way he does it, like he either doesn't say anything or he says something, but it's always genuine. It's not like, oh yeah, that seems really interesting. Like that's really insightful. Like he doesn't say bullshit
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that that doesn't mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
He just so genuine. I don't know how he does it, but
Mm-hmm. Damn, I'm definitely gonna check them out. That's something to work on, man. Like I started just like interviewing some friends and some folks, and that's something to like. It's a skill to be a good interviewer, right? Like it's a good
so
like
fucking
it's not easy to interview and to ask good questions and to remain engaged and to like when when
yeah.
you're not engaged to gracefully step out of that and not and keep the flow going. Like if you watch Joe Rogan, you definitely know Joe Rogan, right?
Mhm.
Like he's in my mind like a very skilled interviewer because he
Yo, a buddy of mine, Alchemy, Alchemy, buddy
what
of mine, he has like these catchphrases that he says
ah
all the time, right? Like I'm
yeah
not a huge, to be honest, like his there's a couple people that I fuck with, but there's so many episodes that I need to go back and kind of check them out. But I feel like I've only watched like maybe 5 or 10 episodes max.
Mhm.
But there's this guy. I feel like you would know him. He's on YouTube. His name is Captain Sinbad.
Yeah, he's good. I love his,
Yeah,
his parody
yeah.
humor. It's so good.
I love him. I feel like between him, Matt D'Avella, Nathaniel Drew, like all these people,
Oh,
I
Nathaniel Drew! Nathaniel
yeah,
Drew! I haven't heard his name in so long. Oh,
yeah,
man. He was the shit. He's still
yeah,
the shit, but whoa, bro. That
yeah,
guy is so genuine, so real. Like, he covers a lot of, like,
yeah,
just topics that you would want to know about, but it's somehow so refreshing. The editing, the videos, the production quality. And he has like a good YouTube personality too.
yeah.
He's like a pleasant human being, you know, to be with.
He's really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Would I want to name some other YouTubers just to see if you're into the. Are you into? Do you know Sneeko?
No, I don't know Sneeko.
Okay, Sneeko. He's like this like light skin. He's like part Asian, half part black, part Hispanic. He's a guy from New York, pretty edgy. Um, I think you'll like his stuff. Check out his like latest video. Sneeko, Sneako. His old content was like about like he'll like put up a table in like middle of New York and ask people, is it okay to be
Ah,
fat?
okay. That type of
And
content.
or
That
he'll
type of
ask people
content.
like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, is gentrification okay?
Oh,
Um,
I
or
love that.
or he'll ask white people, it's like, oh, how much do I have to pay? He'll like, I'll pay $1, like say the N word. Or he asks black people like, is it okay? Can white people say the N word? And like crazy thing is like a third or half of them are like, yeah, like if they want to, it's just a word.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, but so that's just content. I really like it.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Okay, another guy. This is just straight up dumb. His name is Steezy Kane.
I love
Uh,
it. Thank you for that too.
Steezy Kane, but like he's just from like Austin, Texas. He just literally does dumb, stupid shit with his friends on camera. Like literally dumb shit. Like he like he'll be on a university campus and he'll just like trip and fall and be like, oh yeah, sorry, like I fell for you. But it's just so dumb.
I love
But
it.
but he's a guy that just like so doesn't give a fuck about anything, and he's just like that guy from middle school that's like a
Mhm.
skater,
Uh-huh.
just remained like that for his whole life. Like, yeah, I think you know what I'm talking about, right? Like the
Yeah, I
skater
know.
kid in middle school,
This
he's
this
literally like that, but just like never grew up, and
this
it's just it's just so sick. His one of his favorite videos is like how he like just search up CZ Kane like burn car. He has some pretty cool cinematics, and he like shoots and edits all his own videos. But like he essentially has like a car, and he just like crashed it. He got into an accident. Now he like chose to drive off in the middle of nowhere and like beat it up and burn it. And like it's just such a dope ass cinematic shot. Um, Fuck, I love YouTube.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I love YouTube, man. I love YouTube. So much good stuff. I need to show you some of my favorite people.
yeah, dude, I'm super down. It's not like one of those. It's like one of those like you're at the office and it's like, yeah, check out this new Netflix show. Yeah, what is it about? I'm like, yeah, fuck this. Like, I know I'm never gonna watch your recommendation. Like, but with
Mhm.
YouTube, it's different, right? Like, I don't need to
Mhm.
commit to like 2 seasons of 14 episodes to check something out. Like, I'm genuinely down to check things out.
Mhm. Yeah.
But yeah, what do you reckon?
Um, Lex Friedman and Andrew Huberman. I'm sure they're already on your radar. One's at
Yeah,
MIT AI, and the other's in Stanford Neurosci. They're
I, I've
just
been
generally smart people.
I've been meaning to check out Lex's podcast because one of my friends recommended it, but
Oh
I haven't
yeah,
yet.
Lex,
And
bro. I've been trying to email this guy for the past year and a half.
oh
I
shit,
wanna talk to him. I wanna like talk to him. No responses yet, but we'll keep trying. Yeah, Lex
holy
is
shit!
someone like I like. Yeah, he's a genius.
Wow. His content is really it's a lot. It's very scientific. Dude, he's got Elon Musk out here? Holy fuck. Jesus Christ. He's got Joe Rogan. Oh my god, Jesus, okay. And dude, yeah, Andrew is I think the only like I like follow dude, you know how found out Andrew? Because you shared him on your Instagram. That's like the only reason why I know about him. But yeah, I love Andrew. It's dope. Um
Yeah, that's on the
his
performance side, I guess. That like we probably both care about. Um, I'm less of that these days because like that like that wave you were talking about, like going up and down. I've been on the low for the past like year now, so I'm not really in self improvement mode at all. But oh, I do have on another side, another note, something to recommend. And I'm also going to let us go because it's getting late and I should sleep. You
yeah,
should sleep too. Is
yeah, I took tomorrow off, so so I'm being a little reckless. I'm a little reckless right now.
oh, you're going wild. I will let us go with some good techno, actually. A good mix that you can play and leave in the background when you're doing like an intense work session on like another screen.
Very dope. Very down for that.
So this is good stuff. This is the high quality stuff,
Dude,
man. All right.
I don't know WhatsApp. Oh man, I hate because I don't go on WhatsApp like desktop enough.
Okay. Let me.
I don't know, it's fine. I'm like going on it now, so it's fine. Oh, I've scanned my QR code. Can you just send it on whereby?
Yeah, gotcha. Gotcha. There you go.
Nice.
Yeah, tell me how you like this, and I'll adjust the human algorithm to recommend better to give you better recommendations. This is human AI.
I discover weekly.
Yeah,
Plus.
curated by Mark's internal AI.
It's beautiful, man.
The human AI.
Dude, love catching up with you every time.
And talk soon. I'll check
All right,
out
man.
these records. Have a good night, bro.
Take it easy. Good night. Peace, peace, peace.